lovely Scorpios, it is great to be with you guys. I hope all is well with you in your world, wherever you are in the world. And this, of course, is your reading for August 2025. Now, Scorpio, I feel as if there was a very sharp cut-off in the past. Heightened emotions, maybe an argument, maybe someone got upset. And then I feel there was a period of silence. Now, it could be that two people were together and they decided to end it. I feel now that one person who potentially initially said, that's it, no way, not doing this, is now ready to talk. They may be wanting to compromise. They may be wanting to see if the other person wants to communicate as well. There's a sense of taking a step back and realizing that, you know, things happen in life that maybe for some of us we don't expect. There might have been challenges with other people, a difficult situation. It might have been a bit tangled. I feel, Scorpio, the two people are sort of gradually making their way back together again to see whether or not this can work this time around, okay? Archangel Michael saying yes. So here we go, guys. Now, the deck that I'm using is the Tarot du Soleil, the Tarot of Sun. If you guys would like a reading, my website's down below. Everything you need is there, the prices, the reading options. Every deck that I use is listed, and the link is also there in the description box to join the channel if you're interested in membership. So, yes, Scorpio, I feel as if there's been a period of calm after a lot of intense conversation. Two people are gradually drifting back together again to see if they can basically work something out. So Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Scorpios? Thank you, Michael. Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. What do we have for August 2025? Thank you, Michael. Someone is musing, thinking things over, reviewing the conversations. Yeah, it might be someone said something in haste. It might be the other person took it the wrong way, or felt insulted, or felt it was insensitive. Both people are now realizing that they may both have overreacted out of fear, out of a sense that the other person was judging them somehow. Okay, King of Swords. Yeah, maybe two people were a bit sharp with their words. Okay, Michael wants that on the table. All right. And now there's a sense of, let's be nice about this. Let's calm the energies down. There may be an apology. I'm hearing on both sides. I'm sorry I said that. I didn't really mean it in that way. And the other person saying, oh, I think I overreacted a little bit. I was just a bit shocked, you know. I mean, it's that sort of thing. Okay. Cards are ready. Apparently. I'm hearing Archangel Uriel. I'm just hearing Archangel Uriel. Okay. One person's definitely thinking, I'm sure we can work this out. This is ridiculous. I'm sure we can work this out. Okay. All right. The Three of Swords. Oh, Scorpio. Okay. Heartbreak. Both of you realizing maybe that you miss each other. Both of you realizing that you may have acted a bit hastily. Crossing that is the World. Yeah, heartbroken because both of you were worried that this is really done. Maybe, Scorpio, now you're both looking at the situation objectively from the other person's point of view. You're realizing that both of you were a bit on edge at the time that this split happened. In the past, the Four of Cups, yeah, there was a decision made and someone was very unhappy with that decision. It wasn't what they wanted, but they may have had no choice but to say, okay, well, not happy about this, but if that's how you feel about it, okay, it's done. Yeah, but a lot of unhappiness and disappointment. After that time, Scorps, Two of Swords. Oh, okay, yeah. There was a cut-off. It might have been somebody's pride was a bit dented. It might be the other person felt very upset. This is silence, guys, in the immediate past. In your thoughts now, Scorpio, the Queen of Swords. Now, you could be thinking of a Queen of Swords, or you could be thinking, yeah, I was a little bit harsh. I'm hearing I just came out with it. Okay. So whether or not you're thinking of a Queen of Swords, or you knew that you did sit in the Queen of Swords energy, very logical, making a practical decision, but cutting off your emotion, this is what someone is thinking about at this present time, this energy. In the immediate future, Scorpio, this represents you. The Page of Swords, lots of swords energy. I'm hearing someone say to another person, I just didn't mean it that way. I didn't mean it to come out that way. There's a desperate backpedaling here. Oh God, I wish we could just turn back the clock and this never happened. This was a set to. I mean, this was two people coming together. Everything kind of escalated very quickly. A lot of sharp words, a lot of upset, a lot of anger, and then, okay, it's done. I think both of you are now realizing you don't want it to be done, but there does need to be a conversation about how are we going to sort this out? Do you want to sort this out? Because I do. Yeah. In your fears, Scorpio, the Queen of Cups. Okay. Scorps, I have a feeling this is you. I have a feeling this is you. Or you could be a masculine thinking of a Queen of Cups, but we have a Queen of Swords and a Queen of Cups. I think, Scorps, you are embodying both energies. I think you felt heartbroken as a female Scorpio because a situation came to an end. In the past, you weren't happy with this. You weren't happy with the way things were going. You weren't happy with what was happening in the connection. And it's as if, okay, it's over. You may have been a bit harsh, a bit blunt. You may have felt this was the right decision to make, but Scorpio, you know, you feel very deeply, Queen of Cups. You may be fearing that unless you make up with this person, unless you tell them how you really feel, which is, I think you still love them, you're afraid that you're going to carry all these feelings in your heart for this person to no avail because you two are going to stay separated. You're afraid you're not going to be able to get over this person, Scorps. That's the issue. Yeah, so I think you're wanting to revisit this. You may have to leave your pride at the door. You may have to move towards this person sort of softly and have the courage to say, I'm sorry. I think if you do, Scorpio, they're going to say they're sorry too. Because with the Page of Swords, what you're saying to this person is, I think we need to talk. But Scorpio, make sure that when you reach out to this person again, you lower your sword. There's a sense here that you're fighting a little bit of your ego because you want this person back, but you may still feel they did something to upset you. So you're still on edge, but you don't want to lose them. That's the thing. Your person's energy, the Page of Cups. Oh, Scorpio. Yeah. They're going to apologize. I think this person's been looking at the situation too, maybe looking back at the past, realizing their part in this. So Scorps, I feel this person wants to try again too. They are so ready to say sorry. and you're feeling heartbroken, guys. Oh. In your hopes, 6 of Cups, yeah. Scorpio, you're hoping to talk about the past. You're hoping to come back together with somebody from the past so you can mend this, guys. And I feel you're both on the same page in this. And the outcome, guys, is the Knight of Cups. Oh, Scorpio, this is I love you. This is this person saying, I love you too. I'm actually seeing somebody welling up, feeling very emotional. Oh, gosh, guys, I think this is reconciliation. After a period of time apart. After a period of time apart. And of course, we have the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. I think both of you tried to make a logical decision. But what you're both realizing is we love each other. This is crazy. Even though this may be difficult, even though we're going to have to face obstacles, we're both going to have to humble ourselves to make this work again. I think you both want to, you know? This could simply have been a very steep learning curve for both of you, realizing that you didn't want to lose each other. So clarification for you guys, Ace of Cups. Maybe some of the reason why, Scorpio, this didn't work out was you may have been hurt before. I feel now you're sitting in self-love. I feel now you have emotionally moved into a much more mature energy. And I don't mean that in a patronizing sense, Scorps, but you know, when you have heightened emotions for someone, it's very easy to move into a rather sort of, how do I say this, defensive, self-protective energy. We've all been there because you're hurt. You say things and you don't mean them, you know, that sort of thing. Scorpio, you are taking a much more measured approach. You're choosing your words carefully. And you're sitting in a far more balanced, peaceful energy when you talk to this person again. All right. 9 of Cups. Okay. I mean, Scorps, this is beautiful. This is you understanding this person means a lot to you. You can't imagine moving forward in your life without this person. They're the one for you. You may have wanted a perfect relationship. You may have been hoping this person would change or their situation would change. What you're realizing now, Scorpio, is you are very happy to compromise. I don't think you felt you wanted to before. You may have tried to stand your ground. You may have said to this person, nope, this is what I want. This is the way I want it to go. This is what I believe I deserve. You may have taken a step back and realized that this person was doing the best they could in the situation they were in, maybe, and they were trying to offer you what they could, but they just couldn't live up to your expectations. This person may feel as if you had to sacrifice to be with them, or they kept you waiting, or it wasn't ideal for you. They know that. In their energy, 6 of Coins now. They are ready to put in the work. They are ready to put in the effort. If, Scorpio, you were waiting for this person to actually divorce and they were sitting on the fence, they are going to. They may apologize to you for keeping you waiting. Or this is simply someone, Scorpio, who is now wanting an equal give and take relationship. Maybe they felt they didn't put in enough effort and they knew that you were sad about that. You were confused about that. Why isn't this person stepping up? Yeah. 5 of Coins. They've really missed you. They felt left out in the cold. Or this could have been a situation based around finances. Maybe, Scorpio, this was even a long distance connection. You said to this person, this is ridiculous, this is so impractical, this could never work, we live in different countries. And your person was very upset about that, but agreed and said, okay, well, from a logical point of view, you're probably right. And then you two may have had a very cold cutoff. Scorpio, I think you're both realizing it is very difficult to find the right person in this world. I know there are billions of people in this world, but it's very, very hard to find someone who wants the same things as you, who is on the same page as you, somebody that you feel that chemistry with, somebody you feel that connection with. It is difficult. And I feel you two are coming back together again in order to try and work around the issues in order for this to be a sort of happily ever after situation. Yeah. Underneath the deck, my lovely Scorpios, the Hermit, Virgo energy. I think both of you have pulled back to really consider whether or not this was worth it for both of you. And I think what you're realizing is, yes, it is. So guys, this could be a beautiful coming together, a reconciliation, both people, you know, dropping their defenses, coming back together again to talk, to find a way of really making this work. So here we go, guys. Archangel Michael, what energy is Scorpio sat in? You're sat in a little bit of heartbreak. You feel this is done. There could be distance between the two of you. You guys may live in different states, cities, countries, even. Yeah, but you want to manifest this person back, the Magician. Virgo, Scorpio, Gemini. Scorps, you want this person back. You do. Admit it. Admit it, Scorpio. Yeah, 8 of Cups. You guys walked away from each other. You may have thought to yourself, God, I manifested this person detaching from me, right? You may have been a bit harsh with your words because you were really upset. It's easy to do. Queen of Wands. Scorps, you may have walked away from this person because you were the other woman. Or you found out there was somebody who was causing problems in the two of you being together. Yeah, and that's why it ended. Ace of Swords. A truth came out. Now, a truth could have come out that you were the other woman. This person was struggling, detaching from a situation they were in. And maybe you felt that you were dragging your feet because they were dragging their feet. It was awkward. Or you may have found out there were issues with the Queen of Wands. Could have been another member of this person's family. And you felt because of this was not going to come together. So in the past, guys, 4 of Cups. With the 4 of Cups, it wasn't an ideal situation. You weren't happy about this. Not really. Yeah. Ace of Wands, because maybe passion was the only thing on offer. Scorpio, it wasn't really what you wanted. The Lovers, Gemini. So this might have started as an affair. This may have started as a fling. 8 of Wands, lots of passionate communication, a really strong past life connection here. But Scorpio, you as the Queen of Swords may have been hoping for a proper relationship, hoping this was going to move forward. But issues, complications, arguments. Okay, ooh, wow. Yeah, Knight of Wands, the Death card. Yeah, Scorpio. I mean, this is you hoping for transformation in a lover's situation. I think this was really difficult. I think you both fell in love with each other. You were hoping that the situation would transform, but what you realized was your person was dealing with a complicated situation or a difficult family dynamic or a partner who was just clinging on to them. It was really tough. So Scorps, after that time, I think there was this very harsh cutoff. 2 of Swords is, okay, we're not talking anymore. That's it. This is done. That's it. This is done. They may have said something a little bit insensitive, or they may have distanced themselves from you. And then when you question them, they may have said, look, I'm really sorry. This just can't work at the moment. And you may have just got angry and said, right, that's it. You know, bless you, bless you. The Emperor. All right. Yeah, you may have been dealing with someone who was married, Aries energy. They may have said to you, I don't know if I can do this. I want to be with you, but this is difficult. Yeah, I think what they said to you, Scorpio, was it's going to take some time. Knight of Coins, it's going to take time. And you might have been there thinking, I don't want to wait any longer. You may have been waiting for quite a while, Scorpio. Seven of Swords. You may have got the wrong end of the stick. You may have thought to yourself, this person's just messing me around. All they really wanted was a fling. They didn't really want to move this into a relationship. I think they did. But it might have taken a lot longer than you would have imagined for this person to sort of get themselves out of a situation they were held in. And maybe, Scorpio, you felt they're never going to do it. What's on your mind now, my beautiful Scorps? You're coming through as a Queen of Swords. Seven of Coins. Okay. Now, you are looking at past mistakes. You may have been a bit blunt in what you said. What were those past mistakes? The Chariot. You may have said something to a Cancerian or about a Cancerian, or you may have simply said, okay, I'm off, it's done. I mean, literally that. Looking at past mistakes relating to leaving. Why did you say what you said, Scorpio? Okay, guys. Yeah, because you were simply burdened. It's as if I'm sat in the Nine of Wands. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. It's as if you'd had enough. You were hanging on in there, maybe feeling mortified that this person wasn't doing more to bring you two together properly. Yeah. King of Cups. Okay. Scorpio, you're a true pair. King and Queen of Cups. Wow. King and Queen of Cups, King and Queen of Swords. A lot of love, a lot of communication, but also heightened emotions, right? You know this is your person. You know they love you. You love them. So guys, in the immediate future, what you're saying, Scorpio, is Page of Swords. What you're doing is you're quite bluntly saying, I'm sorry I was so harsh. It's as if, is that enough? Is that okay? I'm sorry I was so harsh. It's almost as if you really don't want to apologize, because you may feel as if you don't have a lot to apologize for, but somebody's got to break the ice, right? Your person, I feel, may be looking at you quite emotionally. They're simply going to say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry too. Because they may know this hasn't been easy for you. So, Archangel Michael, when do we have the Page of Swords and the Page of Cups for my Scorpios? Thank you, Michael. I'm simply hearing, what are you doing next weekend? That's all I'm hearing. So this is pretty soon. You may be having a conversation with this person in 7 days' time. That's all I'm hearing. Let's have a look at your person's energy. Your person's apologizing. Six of Coins. They may have felt they should have given more to this. They may have felt left out in the cold, or they were trying to organize money. If this is them trying to get out of a marriage. What is the Page of Cups? Yeah, Nine of Swords. Scorpio, I think they were nervous as well that this was really over. They've been having sleepless nights about this, about you, about the two of you just not seeing each other again. King of Coins, yeah. So Scorpio, your King of Cups is the King of Coins. I think he's held in another relationship. He might have stayed in it for quite a long time because it was nice and stable. What is he saying to you? What is he saying to you? Page of Wands. I've got some good news. I've got some good news. Do you want to hear my good news? He may also apologize for saying something out of anger. He may have wanted you to be a little bit more patient. And Scorps, you may have thought, okay, no, enough is enough. They've got some good news. Okay. 3 of coins, 3 of pentacles, and they want to work this out. But they also, Scorpio, want you to work with them as opposed to, in the nicest sense, working against them. As in, what they're saying to you is, if this is going to work, we need to work together as a team to make this relationship happen, as opposed to you feeling all angry and upset with me and sort of giving me a bit of a tough time because I want this as much as you, right? So Scorpio, it's almost as if they're saying, I want you in my corner. Are you with me on this? Do you want this as much as me? Because if you do, rather than giving me a tough time about this, we need to work together to make this happen, right? What else are they saying to you? Empress. All right. Scorpio, I think they are in a situation where they have spoken to their Empress, possibly about divorce, separation, and their Empress has agreed to these two separating. So this is progress for you. You're sat in the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords, all right? This is this person's wife or woman they've got a child with who has agreed to release them. What else are they saying to my lovely Scorpios? Yeah, we're sorting out the money. 8 of Pentacles. We are sorting out the money, Scorpio, right? As in, your person's doing everything they can to get out of this, to be with you. Yeah, they're sorting out the money with their Queen of Pentacles. King and Queen of Pentacles, Empress, 8 of Pentacles. What they're saying is, it's just a question of sorting out the finances. What else is this person saying to my Scorps? 6 of Swords, yeah. Now this is moving to calmer waters. Scorpio, what I think we've actually got here is you waiting for this guy to separate or maybe even divorce. I think he was planning on talking to his wife or baby mama about this separation, about this divorce, whatever this is. But there might have been financial issues. There could have been issues with kids. And I think he basically chickened out. And you felt as if he was dragging his feet. There was one almighty row. I think you cut off and said, okay, that's it. Not hanging around anymore. I feel as if you're stringing me along. And there was a period of silence. I think in that period of silence, your guy has had a serious chat with his Empress and has basically said, I am sorry, this relationship is over. I think we need to talk about money. I think we need to talk about the kids, right? Or the child between us, because I am not happy to carry on in this relationship. You, Scorpio, didn't know that. You thought that was it. This period of silence, okay, they've obviously reconciled with their wife or the baby mama. Okay, that's it. No, Scorpio, I think in the silence, your person's taken action. And this is all about money, okay? All about money. King and Queen of Coins, 6 of Coins, 5 of Coins, 8 of Coins. This is them sorting out the money with their partner, who they are about to leave for you. Right? So what your person's saying is, everything's now calm. I've weathered the storm. My partner knows that I want to leave. So there's progress. What you're saying to your person is, I am so sorry I was a bit harsh. Right? Page of Swords. I'm sorry I said what I said. I'm sorry I left and slammed the door and said you can go where the sun don't shine. Scorpio, you're basically saying to this person, I've missed you too. Okay, I've missed you too. Sorry for the argument. 5 of Wands. Sorry I was a bit harsh. Sorry I blurted out, I hate you. Right? Oh, my Scorps. Yeah. 2 of Coins. Yeah, I mean, Scorpio, what you're saying to your person is, I simply thought that this was going to continue to be an ongoing affair situation. You were happily juggling me with your wife, expecting me to hang on in there. I felt a bit like a fool, you know. So Scorpio, you two are just laying your cards out on the table. You are. What are you saying to your person? The Hangman. Scorpio, you're saying to your person, I see things differently now. I understand that the silence wasn't you getting back together with your partner. The silence was you needing time to say to your partner, this is really done, and sort out the money. You're quite surprised here. What else are you saying to this person? Yeah, Scorpio, you were just really confused. You didn't know what was going on. You didn't know whether or not that was the end of that. You hadn't got a clue. You hadn't got a clue. What else are you saying to your person? Oh, guys. 10 of Swords. Yeah, I mean, Scorpio, you felt this person was going to betray you. You felt this was simply going to be an ongoing affair situation, and eventually they would dump you and get back together with their wife, right? That's what you were afraid of, which is why you were sitting in this rather stressed Queen of Swords, I will not be made a fool of, right? I need to stand up for myself type energy, which came across as a bit harsh. Whilst your person was desperately trying to find the right time to speak to their partner, basically to say, our relationship is over because I want to be with somebody else, aka you. So this was in effect a series of miscommunications, misunderstandings, and I feel that both of you are coming back together again though now to work it out, right? What have we got here? 6 of Wands, yeah. So this is victory and success, okay guys? I had to look at this tiny writing down here, you can hardly make it out, but this is the 6 of Wands. Scorpio, there may also have been a sense that both of you were sat a little bit in ego, but, you know, when you're dealing with emotions and you feel someone stringing you along, you put up strong defenses, you do. I think this is you two realizing that you both want this. And particularly you, Scorpio, what you're realizing is the silence wasn't this person getting back together again with their partner. They needed the time to talk to their partner about the kids, the money, because they wanted to get out of their relationship. So this is good news. So what we have here is a 6 of Cups. What you're hoping for is that things will go back to normal. You're dreaming of the two of you coming together again, sitting in this lovely emotional togetherness that you were before. Tower. Okay. You're hoping this Tower hasn't caused an irreparable crack in the foundation of this. 4 of Wands. Because what you're hoping for, Scorpio, is that this is going to move forward into a beautiful, stable relationship. Now, you could be hoping for a Tower moment in this person's relationship, and I think it's already happened, because your partner's very openly saying to you, Scorpio, I've talked to my partner. It's a done deal. We're just sorting out the money. There's a lot of Pentacles energy here. I've told them I want to leave this behind. I told them I want out of this relationship. I don't think they've told their partner, Scorpio, they want to be with you. That would be insensitive, but I don't think you've got anything to worry about, guys. The only thing I see here is that this might take a little bit longer, Knight of Pentacles, okay, for this person to fully extricate themselves from the situation. And they want to know, Scorpio, are you going to be patient with me? Or are you going to have an issue with that? They want to make sure, Scorpio, you are happy to work with them, be standing by their side, supporting them as they get out of this family dynamic. So are you able to do that? We'll see. Let's have a look at the Knight of Coins, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. 3 of Cups. So Scorpio, you two are getting back together again. You may be opening a celebratory bottle of something nice. What's the celebration? Other than the fact that you two are speaking now, you guys are sort of sorting this out. Yeah, Ace of Coins. Okay. The celebration, Scorpio, is your person moving out of living with their partner, which means they could be talking to you about you two setting up house, you two moving in together. It might be a little bit overwhelming. Strength card. Yeah. So, Leo energy. You may feel it's going to take a lot of courage and confidence to really move this forward. It's almost as if you've been stuck at a red light for so long, thinking the worst, and now suddenly the lights turn green and you're like, oh my God, okay, we're moving. All right, this person wants us to move in together. Wow, all right, they're in the middle of a legal process now. I mean, it's suddenly all go. You may not have expected that. Even though it's going to take a few months, because a divorce can take up to a year, you're seeing real progress. And that is making you feel this is actually happening. You're very excited, Scorpio, but it's almost as if you can't really believe it's all going ahead now, because you convince yourself, Scorpio, the whole thing was totally over. No, no, no. No, no, no. The Fool, Aries energy. Scorpio, you're jumping into this with a lot of enthusiasm. You may occasionally think, oh my gosh, it's a bit risky. I mean, what if it doesn't work out? 3 of Wands, but Scorps, your ship's coming in. I mean, this is huge change. I mean, you two may be talking about living in a different area. I don't know whether or not you live close by. If you do, you're talking about, well, do I move nearer you? Do you move nearer me? There could be children involved, visitation rights, all that sort of stuff. But Scorpio, this is incredibly exciting. This is incredibly exciting, guys. What is this person saying? Justice. Wow. So they are going full-fledged into a legal situation. If this person isn't actually married, they may be talking about visiting their children. They're wanting to make sure they can see their kids if they're with a baby mama. If they're actually married, this could be legal separation, moving into divorce. So it's all happening, guys. I'm so excited for you. Wheel of Fortune, yeah. This is destiny. You two are moving forward into a brand new phase of your life. Archangel Michael showing me the sun. There could be a Leo connection here, or maybe one of you lives in another country, or you could be deciding to live abroad. Who knows? Yeah, Scorpio, my goodness, people. Page of Coins. Now, this could be a gift. There could be talk about children, child support. This could be an olive branch. But this is good news. You could be signing a contract, both of you. Could be for a new property. Could be something like that. The Star, Aquarian energy. This is healing in this relationship, Scorps. This is also a dream come true. You may at this point, and this, to be honest, could be this time next year. Okay, it may take 12 months. You may be looking back thinking, God, it all happened so fast. As soon as we both realized that we missed each other, that we wanted to be together, that it was worth fighting for, I think, Scorpio, you're going to look back and realize this is all going to come together very quickly. This is beautiful, guys. So Do we have a final card for my Scorps? Yes. Two of Cups, Scorpio. This is lovely. This is you two celebrating being together. You could be sitting on the balcony of your new house or out in the garden, or you could be going away on holiday and toasting the future. Toasting the future, Scorps. This was worth waiting for. You're going to realise that, okay? Absolutely lovely. So, guys, a beautiful reading. Let me know, as always, if this is your story. Take care of you guys. And, of course, I'm sending love and light your way and many blessings. Bye now.